Hi everyone, welcome to Wargaming Parrot. I'm David and today's video is going to be all about excessive screaming. Why do parrots scream excessively? I'm going to go through the causes and I'm going to go through some solutions with you on how to prevent it. I thought I'd make this video as lots and lots of people have been asking recently, both over on Instagram and here in the comment section on YouTube. Why is my parrot screaming? It's been really noisy. What's going on? So I thought it'd be very useful to have a video on this topic and maybe explore the topic with you guys. Now, like you're probably going to hear in the background of this video, parrots do make noise. They can be exceptionally noisy for a multitude of reasons. There are loads and loads of causes for excessive screaming. However, it is normal for them to be noisy. So please be aware of this before you sort of ask if they're screaming or making noise, because chirping, yelling because they're communicating with each other is all perfectly normal. This is a great example right now, so I'm going to leave this clip just as it is. One of the big reasons for parrot screaming is fear. Normally, parrots will react to fear or something scary by alarm calling and screaming. So this alerts the rest of their flock that something's going on, something's worrying. For example, if the boys would be excessively screaming, they may have seen a bird outside. Scampy screams a lot when he sees crows. And Olive is currently looking out the window and she's seeing a big pigeon, which is apparently very terrified. But yes, fear is one of the biggest reasons that parrots like to scream. So it's good to be aware of what may be causing fear in them. Another common cause of screaming or excessive noise in parrots is flock calling. Now, you may have seen my cockatiel sounds and their meanings video. If you haven't, I'll leave a card for that now. But cockatiels especially will flock call for you or other members of their flock if they're far away. For example, if you're in the same room as them, you're just doing your thing and you go elsewhere, maybe it's the kitchen to cook, and they can't see you anymore, they may flock call for you, and sometimes this can lead to excessive flock calling and extra noise. I'll go into one of the solutions for that a little bit later, but yes, flock calling is a very common parrot noise problem, and it's a natural behaviour, so it's something that really doesn't need to be curtailed, but it's something that you need to be aware of and maybe manage and work on with them. Boys are off camera on their play stand snacking, so hopefully that will mean there won't be much excessive noise if the crows fly by. However, they may do, so please bear with me on that. But the next one is attention seeking. Now, parrots are smart and they can learn that if they scream, they're going to get attention from you. They may even scream because you'll give them snacks or treats to keep them quiet. I know our boys are borderline like that with us, because sometimes when we're filming and they're out, we want them to be quiet, but sometimes they feel like screaming. So be aware that your parrot will scream for attention. Sometimes that's valid. If you haven't spent much time with them that day, they will scream for you because they want you to be around them. They love you. They want you to be there for them. If you're teaching them to attention seek through screaming though, by always running and stuff, that is not necessarily the best thing to do. So be aware of that, and attention seeking is a big reason for parrot screaming. Boredom can also be a very major cause of parrot noise. If your parrot's bored, as I said, they're very intelligent creatures. They're going to be noisy, they're going to scream for attention, they're going to just make a lot of row because they don't know what to do with themselves. Say, for example, their cage size isn't big enough, they don't have enough activities to do, they don't have any toys. That can lead to boredom, and that can also lead to excessive noise and screaming. The next cause is related to the previous point and the point that comes after, and that is excess energy. If your parrot has tons of energy they don't know what to do with, they're going to scream because, well, how else are they going to get the energy out? It's something to do, and it gets all the energy out and they get attention for it. So excess energy is a major cause of screaming. Now, this point is related to excess energy, and that is improper diet. If your parrot has an improper diet and they are getting loads of high fat, high sugar foods, for example, high sugar pellets or high fat seeds, that means they're going to have lots of excess energy. That means they're going to be bouncing off the wall, so to speak, and absolutely crazy with energy. So it's very important to manage the diet and be aware of it, because that can be a major cause of excessive screaming. Hormones are another very big cause of excessive noise in parrots. When it's hormone season, or when a parrot's hormonal due to various factors, they get excessively noisy. So it's very important to manage hormones and be aware that hormones are a big factor when your parrot starts making a lot of noise. Now, the last cause I'm going to cover in this video for excessive screaming is separation anxiety. Parrots, like humans, dogs, other very intelligent animals, are very closely bonded to their flock. For example, you, if it's a solo bird, or other members of their flock, if you have multiple birds. This means they can suffer from separation anxiety while you're away, while you're at work, or sometimes even while you're in the other room if they're very, very anxious birds. So it's something to be aware of. They get anxious too, and that is a major cause of screaming. So I've covered many of the common causes of parrot screaming, and now I'd like to go over some of the common solutions with you. Pickles is joining me for this segment while the boys are on the stand, and Scampy's just playing in the cage. So some of these solutions are going to sound quite obvious, but I felt like it's important to cover as many as I can in this video, just in case it rings any bells and may give one of those oh moments for you. So I'm just going to go through some of these solutions now with you. So the first are the most obvious. That would be a bigger cage if their cage is small, more toys if there aren't many toys in there, plus the training so they know how to use them. You have to teach them sometimes. And also one of the more common ones that helps people with excessive screaming and boredom is having foraging activities. People are really getting excited when I'm talking. Foraging activities can help loads. This could be as simple as a foraging tray, a DIY foraging tray. It could be as simple as just having a, I don't know, just like substrate in the base with loads of seeds scattered around, just giving them something to do and exhibit natural behaviours, because foraging is a natural behaviour for almost all parrots and it's very interesting and stimulating for them. It also promotes a bit of exercise as well. So I'd highly recommend trying foraging trays or encouraging foraging if your parrot's bored and making lots of noise. The next obvious solution is burning off that excess energy. That means training, it means fun activities that also help with boredom. It means flight training, just simple recall training. If your bird's free flight trained, that helps as well. Just stuff that burns off excess energy and helps with boredom. So you've got your toys and foraging, now you want to be doing lots of training. Target training is a really simple, easy solution. You can also do trick training, training with novelty toys, novel enrichment with like the toys that we use, all sorts of different training and fun activities that help get rid of that excess energy, which will help hopefully tire them out and mean they're less likely to be screaming and making lots of row.
Scampy, come. Good boy.
Another way you can help with excessive screaming, and also helps with hormones and other problems, is improving your parrot's diet. Now, many of you who watch this video may already have your parrot on a good diet. That's great. Some of you who may not, it may be worth considering swapping out some of those aspects of the diet that are bad. For example, a high seed diet is no good. I've got a video about the truth about seed, which I'll leave a card for now, which goes into the truth about seed, basically. So having some seed in the diet is good, having all seeds bad. So you generally want your parrots on primarily vegetable diet with all sorts of variety of other things. And this can include some things that are calming for them, for example, mint and herbs. But you generally do not want it to be all seeds or colourful pellets, because they're going to be high in sugar and filler ingredients. So please do be aware of this and make sure that your parrot's eating as healthily as possible, because it will help. It's also worth considering hormone management. Now, I've talked about hormones as being a cause of excessive screaming, and diet can feed into hormone problems as well. But managing your parrot's hormones and working out what those hormonal triggers are and eliminating them can help lots with excessive screaming. For example, adding chamomile to the diet is very useful, as it is proven to curb hormonal behaviour. Not in a massive way, but it does help with it. Removing cosy huts from the cage, making sure the diet's okay, all of those sort of solutions will help with hormone management. I'm not going to go into it too much in this video, but I've got a video on hormones which you can watch and learn all about the tips and tricks and techniques for helping to manage your parrot's hormones. So when fear is a major cause of excessive screaming, the most important thing to do is find what the cause of that excessive fear is. For example, with Olive, it was, because you may have heard in the background, the excessive screaming was due to the crows. The boys are similar, although they tend to just call to alert us of it rather than actually as a fear response now. So find the cause of that fear, be it an object, a person, an outside stimulus, and work on descents. So for example with Olive, it'll be bringing her up to the window very cautiously, letting her see that the crows are no cause of fear to her, and letting her get used to them. So with the boys, for example, they were scared of the beanbag, so we slowly got them used to the beanbag by bringing them closer and treating them, rewarding them for calm behaviour, and working on descents. So those sources of fear are less scary. Just like with a person, you need to get them used to it and show them that it's not that scary. Something very important when you're dealing with excessive screaming that's mainly due to attention seeking is do not react. It's very difficult not to react. We're all guilty of it, especially when we're stressed or we're just trying to do something and they're screaming. I know sometimes during filming I've been tempted to be like, shush, please be quiet, but it doesn't help. If you do react to excessive screaming, especially if it's due to attention seeking, it only causes more because it's reinforcing that behaviour and making them want to scream more. So it's very important, if you're going to do anything about it, wait till it's calm, wait for calm behaviour, then go in, then sort of like try and deal with it and find out what's going on. It's also very important as well, if it's a flock calling reaction, that you are allowed to flock call back. So say if you've got a parrot, a cockatiel, they do it a lot, who is flock calling lots, you are allowed to intermittently flock call back to them if you're in the other room, just to reinforce that you're there. It may initially cause a bit more, but eventually they'll learn that you're elsewhere in the house and it's okay. Just do not let it turn into attention seeking. It's a bit of a fine balance to make. Now, there are so many reasons a parrot may scream. I've tried to cover as many as I can in this video and many common solutions. However, sometimes it's down to the individual bird and working through the problem and finding out what the problems are and tailoring it to that individual bird. So if you're really struggling and you need extra help, you can reach out to us in the comments, we'll try and reply. However, if you really need that detailed extra help, you can reach out to us at our business at Best Behaved Birds and we will try and help you. Consultations are affordable and we will tailor everything to your bird and look at everything very carefully to find out what's going on. So if you're really struggling, there will be a link in the description and you can reach out to us and we'll try and help you. So guys, that brings me to the end of the video. I hope you found it useful. If you want to get in touch, please feel free to comment down below. In the meantime, take care and have a really good day.